Well, good afternoon out there, everyone. This is Dave Powell, and you're watching our uh, Weather and Wisdom page. And I have with me Mark Booker, the meteorologist that has been so faithful with our group. And Mark, I'm looking out across the satellite of the United States, at least the eastern half of it, and it looks absolutely gorgeous out there, other than a few high clouds up to our north.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sunny afternoon, partly cloudy. There's a few little lower clouds drifting through, but it's very breezy this afternoon.
Yeah, and it's a little chilly still. I'm not quite comfortable. Of course, they've got a lot of people out fishing, which I wish I was out there, but it would be a little bit choppy. You better have your life preservers with you because I've been out on those lakes when it's choppy, and I mean, they are no fun.
No, they're not. If you've ever been over to the lakes just watching it, it doesn't take that much wind to start kicking up a little bit of whitecaps on.
Yeah, and that, like I said, that you, if you're in a boat, it'll beat you to death out there because I have been in there firsthand, and it's always nice to get off that lake when it's real windy like that. But you know what? If you're a diehard fisherman, you're back up in those coves and protected areas, and probably catching some pretty good fish. I've seen some pictures of some nice fish coming out of there, and it is fishing season. In fact, going into May, this is, let's see, the catfish usually go on the beds about mid-month, providing the water temperature is good. And I think the bluegill, brim, some people call them brim, but the bluegill and the red ear sunfish and all those go on the beds towards the end of the month. And boy, you can sure catch a lot of fish in a short time. Well, enough about talking about fishing. We're actually supposed to be talking about weather. And
Weather
so,
and fishing go together.
yeah, well, that's the way I look at it. But I think that as I look at this satellite, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's take a look at some of the cameras around the area. I'm going to take back our favorite camera is back out in the west. Let's see, that is UT Martin, and uh, boy, that is a gorgeous day out there. But you can sure tell by the camera shake that the wind is blowing around. But do you see anything wrong with that picture?
I don't know. The delay is still not coming up. The other
Ah,
cameras I'm looking at in here, yeah, nothing really wrong with it that I can see. Just a lot of cloudiness, though. And the farther north you go, the more clouds. So we're probably getting a little bit of a dry front moving through with a reinforcing shot of cool air.
yeah. Is there a chance of frost tonight?
A remote chance for the lows down here around Hopkinsville are supposed to be down around 40. But I imagine in the protected areas there could be a slight chance, but the winds are probably going to stay up too much for very much frost.
Yeah, they're showing right now UT Martin a temperature of 65 and the wind speed gusting up to about 12 miles an hour, which is not too outrageous. But the humidity is 23%, and that dry humidity could spell trouble for fire. I think if we have that, the lower humidity and the winds, yeah, that's not a good combination.
Right. We're not any kind of under any kind of fire advisory right now, but when conditions are like this, it wouldn't take much to get a bit of a wildfire going.
Well, I'm going to switch over to the radar, see if we see anything. There's absolutely nothing out there. I'm moving around looking. I see zero, zilch, no precip anywhere. Let me go out to the west. Let's try Springfield, Missouri, and nothing. Let's go back to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. A little ground clutter. Wow, nothing. And Fort Worth, maybe just some small showers out to the southwest of Fort Worth. Looks like there's a little disturbance out there. That may be what's eventually going to come in through here, I guess maybe Thursday evening. Um, so what our problem is everybody's wanting to know when this cold is going to let up. Well, there are signs that it will, and it looks like next week is going to be really warm. I think highs on Sunday and Monday look like they're going to be in the low 80s, which is going to be nice to have it. That'll help our crops to take root and the seeds to germinate. So hopefully it'll be much better uh, out there with us as we come into next week. But you know what? I've looked out in the longer range models, and there's still a sign that there's maybe another chill coming about the third week of May. I hate to hear that. I swear, I'm ready for summer to get here. Let's get on with it. Enjoy our life with the warmer weather and put this cold stuff behind us. What do you think's causing this cold stuff?
Well, we're transitioning, of course, from spring more toward the summertime pattern. We are going to go to a pattern shift. That'll bring us a bit of warm weather, but we're not done with our little winters yet that we talked about last time. We've still got whippoorwill, blackberry winter, and finally cottonwitch's winter, which is not until early June. So we can get these cold intrusions like this, and right now the pattern is set up to keep dropping them down our direction.
Well, just so everybody knows, this will eventually end. We will get into a much warmer pattern when summer starts setting in. A lot of you saying, "Boy, I wish I had that cool back." But the way it looks with the El Nino coming, that tends to bring us a little cooler than usual temperatures compared to last year when we had a La Nina. And so overall, they're saying that the summer actually be a little bit tame compared to summers in the past. I know it won't take much to be tamer than last summer. It was hot and dry, and I was just glad to see fall get here then. But this is a whole different story now. We need this warmth to bring our crops on and help the growing season. And like I said, maybe this next one's going to be the last of them. It should be. But you know what? We're going to have to start watching. We're going to have to start watching the Gulf, though. For in tropical development. I think there's a chance we'll see something down there this month affecting Texas, and which a lot of times will end up affecting us as well.
Yes, when we're in a La Nina pattern, it tends to diminish the tropical activity through the Gulf. But with an El Nino coming in and starting to strengthen as we go through summer, I think we're going to see more and more tropical activity coming to the Gulf, and that could spell some rainy days and windy conditions for our area as well.
Well, I think that what we need to do is just keep watching it because it's going to change, and it's just a matter of time. I do want to tell you that before we get too far into this, we do have a special segment we're going to show. I've been talking about this from the December 11th of 2021, the Pembroke tornado, which was the same day that horrible tornado went across just to our north through Mayfield and Dawson Springs. Just a nightmare scenario that occurred. I remember that just like it was yesterday, and that still troubles me sometimes as I look at it and think about it. I remember seeing the debris ball on radar. We knew there were people, unfortunately dying underneath that, and it was just horrible. Pembroke got a pretty good tornado as well, and we're going to show that here in just a minute, but I'm not quite ready to do it yet. I want to first encourage everyone to be sure and subscribe to this channel. We're going to have a lot more stuff coming. This is just the start of some things that we're going to be covering. I'm thinking about if you guys would like doing maybe a fishing report on some of these updates, just kind of a light thing. It won't be the whole segment. We'll still do the weather update, but maybe that fishing report might be something that's beneficial to you guys. So if you think you would like that, message us on this feed here and let us know, and I will try to make sure that we do some of that. We'll show maybe some fish caught or something. But anyway, it sounds like something a little bit fun, especially when we get into those points of time where there's no weather to talk about. And we're going to have those days too. But I think when the tropical season gets fired up, I think we'll get very busy on that because a lot of people in this area, as well across the region here, actually like to go down to the Gulf or to Florida for vacation and enjoy the sun and the sand. And oh man, I want to go with somebody. We got to go to the sunny beach. That sure sounds nice. But anyway, be sure and hit subscribe and like this video because, as I said, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, but YouTube says, hey, we're going to pay you according to the number of subscribers you got. And that would help with our income. If they see that we've got a lot of subscribers, then they'll help us to pay for all this stuff we've got here because this was not cheap. And we still haven't unveiled all the technology we have available to us. There's more stuff coming. And as we get better and better at using it and utilizing it, I think that you will all appreciate what we're going to be doing. As you look at these little dots on this radar here in front of us, those are all cameras, the vast majority of them. I'm going to just kind of show you. Let's see here. Get over here to them. my mouse wants to do different things. So let's go out to Missouri and see what we got here. Okay, this is Essex, Missouri. And you got a nice, beautiful day going on there. I don't see any clouds in the sky on that one. It still looks a little bit windy, but it doesn't look all that bad. So let me get out of that. Looks like their temperature there is 70.3 degrees. Again, their humidity is low at 24%. So that's pretty low. Let's see, where else can we go? Let's go up to, the bad thing is we don't have any in Kentucky. So we're going to reach out to Radar Omega and see what it takes to get one of those cameras set up. I know that probably the city of Hopkinsville is interested in one of those. So again, that's one of those things that cost a little bit, but we'll see how much it costs, and maybe they'll be interested in putting one up, so we'll have at least some representation for Kentucky. That'd be nice to have.
Dave, you were talking about the December 10th tornadoes. That was quite an experience as well from my end. I was sitting right here in Rick Shanklin, and we've been tracking the main storm that went all the way from Arkansas. Keep going. Then we saw another storm form down in Tennessee coming our way, and we were afraid it would be just as bad, and it was as bad as it came across, and that's when it hit Pembroke. And it continued on past Pembroke on over into Todd County, and again skipped over a couple of times. More tornadoes off.
I tell you what, Mark, I keep getting drop out in your audio some. I mean, I understood what you were saying, but hopefully we'll get this all these technical issues squared up whenever.
Is that a little bit better?
That is much better, seems like. But let's talk about that a little bit. I'm going to show you guys, as I promised, what it looks like to be inside a storm intercept vehicle. We have a team, Joshua Ship, who was leading the team. You remember him. He's still around, and he was heading up this specific team. He made one error, and that error was very close to being costly to them. As you will see what happens to them as they head towards Pembroke, trying to get ahead of that tornado, and they didn't quite make it in time. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now, and we'll see you when we get back here in just a couple of minutes.
Wait. Oh my God, I just caught it. That's a big tornado, dude. That's Herndon and Lafayette. Oh my God. It's creeping this way, actually. It's creeping more like east-northeast. We're turning around, getting our nose into the storm.
Getting the hell away from it.
Yes, we're okay.
You can't see.
I know. Just pull over. Gosh.
Maybe.
We're okay. I promise you we are okay. Right here. We're okay. I'm not going to let anything happen to us.
Well, Mark, that was certainly, a harrowing experience. Well, you and I have been in a situation like that before, and it's easy to make those mistakes. Josh is a really good, he's a good storm interceptor. He knows what he's doing. But that tornado was moving a little bit different and a little faster than what they anticipated. In fact, even with us, it was a little faster than what we thought.
It was faster than we thought, and it also kept making a bit of a turn.
Yeah, which is a sign of strengthening, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so when they make that right turn, it tends to strengthen. And we actually had some pretty good damage in Pembroke. We have some shots of the tornado. And that's why you need to subscribe and hit notifications and like so that whenever we put up the longer version of the video, not sure how long that's going to be before it's done. It's still in the editing process. There's a lot of footage to go through. And like I said, there's a lot more involved than what you just saw there, but that was some of the highlights. And there are other things other stories to tell, like we thought we had lost one team. We lost contact with them for quite a while, and we was really concerned that maybe we had lost a whole team of interceptors. But as it turned out, they had taken shelter, which is what they should have done, and we all came home, got to go home safely that night. In fact, I heard a quote from someone who said that after that tornado hit, the rain came. And it was as though the storm was crying for what it had done to the people underneath it. And I thought, that is really a profound statement. And it kind of matched the emotion of the time. But anyway, as I said, be sure and hit subscribe and like if you enjoyed this update. I'm sorry for the little technical glitch we had out there just a little while ago, but I think that we've overcome it, and we are now back and fully operational. I've got to keep my fingers. Crystal's taking her fly swat back, so I think she's going to start using it again. But anyway, if you see bruised fingers on my right hand, you'll know why. So anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate all of you watching, and I appreciate you liking our stuff. And like I said, to make it continue, and there's a chance it won't, so to make it continue, hit the subscribe and the like on this so that we can try to make this a successful venture as we go forward in the future. And as I said, if you do think you like the fishing report, hey, send us a message on this post, and we'll try to do a little bit of that. So just let me know what you think. And with that, Mark, you got any last words?
I just want everyone to be safe. Enjoy your week. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again soon.
That's right. And I'll see you guys at the next one.